Hi guys, for this video I'm going to start off with a game of charades. Can you guess who I am? Yes! And in this video we're going to talk about life on the plains for the settlers moving west. Here goes! Information about life on the plains can be found in Chapter 11, Sections 2 and 3 of your Orange Book. We're talking about Goal 4 now, and in Goal 4, the learner will evaluate the Great Westward Movement and assess the impact of the agricultural revolution on the nation. And this covers the time period from the 1860s through the 1890s. We're going to talk about Objective 1, Westward Migration, comparing the groups and identifying the problems of those moving westward. We'll also talk about the impact on people and the environment that westward migration had. Objective 4 is describe the impact of innovations or inventions on the West. We have two essential questions. The first one is, what economic and social factors changed the West after the Civil War? And the second one is, how did the pressures of westward expansion impact Native Americans? So the United States looks like this in 1870. Okay, so you can see that we have many more states than we did after the Mexican Cession. Why were people interested in moving west? Well, you have both push factors, those on the left, and pull factors. Push factors are the factors that made people want to leave the East. And of course, the first one is the Civil War. People wanted to escape the horrors of the Civil War, which we know had a devastating human impact. They also were being forced to look for new plots of land. Because of overcrowding, there was a lack of land in both the South and the Northeast. In addition, some were working to escape persecution, such as the Mormons and many groups of immigrants. These are ethnic factors. Also, some people needed an opportunity to escape debt that they'd gotten into in the East, or possibly even the law. On the right-hand side, you have pull factors, things that were encouraging people to move west or pulling them out west. You had government incentives. The Pacific Railways Act gave land to the railroads for every mile of track laid. This, of course, provides transportation for people who are interested in moving west. Also provides a way of shipping supplies. We also have the Morel Land Grant. The Morel Land Grant was land given to each state to establish ag and tech colleges. The ag and tech colleges trained people to be able to work the land in the West. In addition, we had the Oklahoma Act or the Homestead Act and the Oklahoma Giveaway. And this offered cheap or even free land to settlers willing to make the move from the east to the west. Other pull factors include opportunity, of course, an opportunity to maybe get rich from gold and silver or just from working the land, and also adventure. To talk a little bit more about these factors, the Homestead Act, and we've talked about this before, was passed in 1862, so just prior to the Civil War. And it encouraged white settlement of the plains area. It gave 160 acres of land to someone if they were willing to stay on it and work it for 5 years and make it viable. However, the land was very hard to work, it was hard to improve, hard to farm, and this led to many people not being able to fulfill the requirements. A second attempt to interest people in land was, of course, the Oklahoma land rush, and that's the picture you see on the right. This is the biggest giveaway in history, and all types and groups of people raced to get a plot of land for free. To talk a little bit more about the Morel land grants, this was an idea created by Justin Morel, a Vermont congressman, and it was another attempt to encourage settlement of the West. It gave land to each state, to each senator and representative, to establish agricultural and technical colleges, specifically those that would teach methods of farming. Today, there's at least one Morel Land Grant College in every state and U.S. territory. And you can see along the bottom there, of course, North Carolina has NC-A&T, as well as NC-SU, North Carolina State. There's also two of the other ones there are Georgia Tech and Florida State. But there are, of course, many, many more, as you can see on the map to your right.